let me set the record straight here.
Uh-oh.
Okay? Let me just go on record.
Okay.
Okay? I've been deeply misunderstood with my comments on movies. Deeply misunderstood. Deeply. And so I've just stopped. When was the last time you saw a movie comment in my Twitter stream? You haven't. You haven't. I've kind of just stopped.
Wasn't it the Matthew McConaughey movie? Did you comment on that one? The one with the
Interstellar.
Yeah.
Interstellar. That's the last one I commented on in any big way. Right.
And you're done.
Yeah, I'm done. Because people then thought I was just being nitpicky. Oh, it's not fun going to movies with you. Why would you do it? Tyson will just say that can never happen. And so my intent did not match how people received my intent. Right. My intent is, here's an observation that I think if you understood this, it would enhance your appreciation of the movie. Let me give an example.
Please do.
Star Wars: The Force Awakens. They've got
Which one was that?
That's the one that introduced BB-8. Okay.
Is that the most recent one?
No. This is like 4 movies ago now. Okay. Plus, I've lost track because there's another one.
There's so many of them now.
So the one that introduced BB-8, cute as ever.
Little fella.
Cute little fella. And in there, they have the updated Death Star.
Right.
Okay. Remember the old Death Star? It has enough power to destroy a planet, and that's devastating. This one, it can suck energy out of a star so that the star no longer exists. Then it could take these energy beams and kill 6 planets at once. It's no longer just a 1-planet killer. 6 or 8, whatever the number was. It was like high single digits, okay? Well, I did the math on this. And I tweeted. And I said, first, okay, if you take all the energy from a star, you become a star. But let's not, maybe they've got a containment mechanism. I'll give it to them. It is the future, after all.
Right. I don't think it's the future.
Okay.
Long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, it's another universe of civilizations.
It's a fucking mess.
But they have light speed and we don't. So it's the future of our technology, even if it's the past of our time. Ooh. Let me pause on that one. So you do the calculation, and I forgot the number, but I calculated how much energy is stored in a star. That's enough energy to explode 1,000 planets. Oh my gosh, they underrepresented the energy that it sucked out of the star. And I thought this could have been more badass than even they came up with in this movie. That is the nature of my comments. Not, well, could this happen? Could it not happen?
Let me give you a perspective.
Okay, wait. So 20% of people just get pissed off. 80% really like it and they want more. But that 20%, they cut me no slack. And I'm only doing this for people to enjoy. And if I have that level of hate mail, I don't need to continue it. So I just basically stop. I'll have these thoughts to myself, but I don't have the urge to share them. I still have the thoughts.
I got to teach you the art of post and drop. Okay? This is what you do. You post something, you know people are going to get mad, you drop your phone, and you walk away. You got to learn how to do that, man. You can't be reading those fucking comments.
No,
you're dealing with too many human beings.
No, I get that. But
you don't, because you're still changing your behavior based on morons.
Here's my rebuttal.
Your rebuttal?
My rebuttal is, if you're watching a movie that takes place in 1958, it's a period piece, and there's a car from 1960.
Oh, yeah. Drive you crazy.
And someone who's a car expert points that out. You say, hey, he's an expert. That's pretty good. Do you complain that the person noticed that? No. You praise their expertise.
I get mad at the movie.
If you get mad at the movie. If you're watching a Jane Austen period piece, and it's 1870, whenever they took place, and someone gets out of the carriage with tie-dyed bell-bottoms, you would cry foul.
Right.
That would take you, I'm exaggerating there, obviously. Could be a top hat instead of a derby.
Right.
You would cry foul if you were a costume designer. And we would all be impressed by that level of knowledge that you exhibited. I am bringing a level of science to bear on a movie that is no different from anybody else's expertise who is out there that we have praised for that invocation. Yet people are not granting me that latitude to make those comments.
I don't like these generalizations. I don't like this.
It is true.
No, but I don't like what you're saying. People are not doing this. No, a small vocal minority that are assholes. And those are the people that you're altering your behavior for. That's what I think is ridiculous about this.
No, because
most people would enjoy it. They
point
hear
is-
you talking about gravity and the fact that hair wouldn't do that, and the space stations weren't that close together.
Right,
and this is
right. You can
ridiculous.
see it in the sky. My
Yeah, this shit
gosh.
wouldn't work.
Right. But
It's assholes.
no, my tweets are offerings. They're
Yes.
not. But I'm not. I don't.
Problem is
I
you're
don't need to
reading
force feed people.
responses. That's the problem. The only problem is you're reading responses.
No.
What you're doing is wonderful.
No,
You're educating people.
20% freak out is high for
What
me.
the fuck is 20%?
No, listen. Hear
I
me
don't
out.
even believe those numbers.
Hear me
real.
out. When it's 5%, then I take notice.
But you say 20%. Like, what are you doing? Calculations? You actually doing
I scan 100 of them. I see 20 of them. That's
You just run into 20 assholes. So 20 assholes out of the millions and millions of people that follow you have decided to reach out, and you're altering your behavior for assholes. I like those quotes. I like when you break things down, because I didn't know those things.
And
I like thinking about like the hair and gravity. I was like, oh yeah, that fucking shit would be standing straight up in
And
the
the
air.
only reason why I mentioned about hair, because every photo of anybody with long hair, wouldn't happen to you, but anyone with long hair in space, it's standing
Like
up on
this.
edge.
Ciao.
It's a completely obvious thing.
Yeah.
That was omitted from the filming of Gravity.
Yeah, but you have to have hair and makeup. They have to have a reason to exist.
So what I might do, I might take a poll. I might I might post
polls.
No. I'm a servant
don't.
of curiosity. I don't want to force feed curiosity.
You don't have to listen
I
to
don't-
your feed.
I don't
No one
want
has
to
to
force
read it.
feed anybody.
You're not force feeding anything. You're putting offerings out there, like you said. This is not force feeding. You're not knocking on someone's home. Wake up, bitch. Read
Yeah,
my shit.
That is true. I'm not forcing
You're not
myself
doing
on
that.
your property.
You're not doing it at all.
Put the shotgun down. You're going to
you're
hear
an
me talk about
expert.
your movie.
Listen, man.
I said about BB-8. I said first. I said BB-8's way cuter than R2D2, and I used like 5 A's in the way just to start a fight, because that's a fun fight.
Right.
But then I said, by the way, BB-8, a smooth metal rolling spherical ball, would have skidded uncontrollably on sand. And the whole movie is moving around on sand.
Right. Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
That's why you deflate your tires.
That's why you deflate your tires, to drive on sand. That's correct.
Oh.
Have you ever tried riding a bicycle on sand? It's impossible. It's
a good point.
And imagine that, and that's with rubber tires. Imagine steel tires.
You
It's
ever
not
tried
happening.
running on a sand dune? Holy
Oh
shit.
my gosh! Oh yeah.
One of
Yeah.
the hardest things you could do for
Talk
exercise.
about getting into shape,
Yeah.
right? So it will work if you have a hard surface just below a dusting of sand.
Right.
Then you,
Of course.
yeah. Then you can
dig into it, and the
you dig
sand
in, and
offers
then
you some resistance.
The sand then connects to the
Right.
hard surface.
Yeah.
So I posted this, and people say, "You're ruining the movie for me." And then people started.
Assholes. Again, when you say people, you're just listening to assholes. Smart people are going to read that and go, oh, yeah. Yeah, this is stupid. It would roll around.
Yeah, I'm
Give
just,
that
I'm
fucking
just
thing
saying.
some tractor
But
treads.
you know what's actually happened as a result? I think I'm getting phone calls from producers.
Oh, well,
They said
that's
there's,
good.
There's a little bit of science. We want to make sure that you don't tweet about it.
Come on, man. That's good. That's
So-
good. You're keeping them on point.
As you know, I might be most famous in movie commenting for the final scene in Titanic. Okay, I don't know if you knew about this.
What would you say about the
Okay,
final
so
scene?
we know where the Titanic sank, the
Right.
longitude, the latitude.
Yes.
We know what time of day.
Oh, so
what time
stars.
of night. So at the POV, the point of view of Rose, as she's looking up deliriously to the sky, there's only one sky she should have seen, and it was the wrong sky. Not only that, the left side of the sky, it was worse than that. The left side of the sky was a mirror reflection of the right side of the sky.
Did you call James
So it was
Cameron?
lazy. I called him. No reply. It's back in
Can he fix that
1996.
shit?
I saw it when it first came out.
Fix
I
it.
noticed instantly, and because I know the sky, this is what I.
Yeah.
Okay. So no reply. 5 years later, I bump into him at a meeting. NASA hosted a meeting with some explorers and some scientists. I brought it up to him, and he says, "Well, at the time, I was not overseeing post-production, and that's when we added that." So I immaturely wanted him to grovel at my feet for forgiveness.
Did you
But,
really?
yeah, I wanted him to, but that's not what happened. So then 5 years after that, I brought it up again when I bumped into him. And then he said, last I checked, Titanic has earned more than $1 billion worldwide. Imagine how much more it would have earned if I'd gotten the sky correct.
That's a stupid answer from an asshole.
It was.
He should be tweeting you.
No. So
That is an asshole answer.
Listen. Wait.
That's an ego answer.
But it's not the end of the story.
Okay,
So that was okay. I have nothing more I can say here because he's right. Okay.
No, he's not.
He's right.
No, it made a lot of money, and it would have made the same amount of money if
With
you
the correct
did that.
yeah, okay.
That's true, but that's not the point.
But he's
the point
right.
is you fucked up, bitch. You fucked up. Say you
Wait.
fucked up. Don't say how much money you made.
A week later, I
week
got a
later.
phone call. So, hi, I forgot his name, John Smith. Hi, John, how can I help you? Is this Dr. Tyson? I said, yes. He said, I work post-production for James Cameron. He's producing a director's cut where he's adding new footage, and he tells me you have a sky he could use. I was like, yes! Oh! So, the centennial release of Titanic, released in April 2012. What? Not? I mean, oh yeah.
That's right.
Yes. So, how'd you dig up that? There it was, April
release.
2012.
I feel like you and I had this conversation
I think we
before.
might have. We might have. I just put this in context now.
Yeah.
It's got so he actually put in. So he did come through. So here's what happened. Seth MacFarlane calls me up and said, "I'm making a movie about a talking teddy bear, and I need to know the sky over a town outside of Boston in 1985 on Christmas Eve, looking northeast. You got a sky?" I say, I'll get back to you. Half hour later, I send him the sky. That was the sky that the kid wished on for where Ted came to life.
Wow.
So Ted had the correct sky, and Titanic did not.
So it's
on
good
first
that
rate.
you're correcting these people.
Ted won, Titanic 0 on that. Right. So the point is, people started thinking about it, and the highest compliment I ever got was Andy Weir, who wrote The Martian. He said to himself, while he was writing the novel, he said, because he's an engineer, so he has the fluency, and he also knows how to write. He's write creatively. He said, if Tyson were looking over my shoulder, what would he tweet about this or not? And so that put him on notice to make sure that his calculations were accurate. And The Martian is one of the most entertainingly accurate explorations of how to invoke science to not die that there ever was. So for me, that was a very high compliment. And it was kind of worth it, all of the naysayers, to know that Andy Weir came through on that.
Yeah, so why stop?
I don't know. Maybe I'll change.
I think you need to learn how to post and drop.
Okay.
Just think about it like this.
Post and
Boom,
drop. Boom.
boom. Walk away.
Walk away.
Just go do something else, man. You don't need to look at that shit. You don't need to look at what people are going to say. Make sure that there's no typos. That's always a struggle.
Yeah, it is. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, I got fat thumbs.
Me too.
I care, though,
I'm sure you do care.
about how people can think about what I wrote if it's a way that I had not considered.
Okay.
I
see what you're
like
saying.
knowing it makes me a better communicator when I'm in front of an audience. I'll know what percent will think one way versus another, and I can modify what I'm saying to be more precise and to, as we say in physics, to reduce the impedance between the signal and the receiver so that there's a better match between the communicator and the audience.
I understand that. But if you see...
You surely have told jokes that people just took the wrong way.
Oh, yeah.
Without
or even
your intent.
the right way. They just didn't like what I was saying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it's surely, like, you see the word cuck in a response, you know that person's an asshole, right? There's certain things you just see. Like, you're a cuck. Like, okay, I don't have to listen to you anymore. Now I know what you are.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
a fool, right? You see that. Like, yeah, you spend all that time staring at the fucking sky instead of fill in the blank. Those are just assholes.
Well, I have pretty thick
Right?
skin, so it's not that it upsets me. It's that I'm here to serve you, not to piss you off.
But you're not there to serve
I'm an
those
educator.
people. There's some people.
I'm an educator.
They're looking to get angry.
I
They're
get
not
that, but
really
maybe I
angry.
can bring them around.
I bet you can't. The arrogance of thinking that you could fix 30 plus
Okay.
years of worthless shitbag living with a couple of tweets.
Okay. And you know something? I don't even want to take you up on that challenge because you're probably right.
I'm telling you, you got to walk away. But for most people, myself included in those most people, I enjoy those tweets.
So
and
I got
learned
one.
something.
Here's one. So I tweeted something, and somebody responding to somebody else's tweet said, You know, I don't really like Tyson. He's so pompous. Okay? So I tweeted back to that person and I said, thanks for your note. Could you please share with me the single most pompous thing you've ever seen me do?
Ooh.
And he wrote back, he says, damn, you would have to be reading my tweets, would you? Okay. Now you put me on the spot. I can't think of anything right now, but overall, I really like your work. He put nothing forward.
Yeah, that happens all the time because people are just shocked that you respond.
Well, but plus, people can get into a stereotype mode where that person is that, and therefore everything.
They just decide.
They decide.
Yeah.
They decide.
Yeah.
Right.